Sorry guys, apparently my stream went down. My internet crashed. I don't know what happened. The very best. No one ever was. Just me is my real test. Shame is my core. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the stream right there. The stream is fine itself. It's the interwebs that went down. Oh, you're my best friend. I must have failed. You teach me and I'll teach you. We're having a bit of weather here right now, so most likely that's what happened. Work you did. I'm gonna go fuck it. Never thought you I can. Whoa! Play nice. You. What's the attitude? All right. You got a bone behind you. Demi. Get that bone right there. Get that one. Get that one. Just play nice, okay? Nice work you did. And a good pocket. Of course, everybody's in a cutscene. I mean, I could start a fight, but that would be kind of rude. Fucker dance, I never had a chance. It was really been new. It was really only you. Oh, dance, fucker, dance. I had a chance. Why me?
Your strength is most impressive. Such power befits a ruler.
We don't care about what he has to say. We've already been here and done that. Tank, you get my com. Whatever, everyone. I got one commendation. Some bullshit right there. Anyway, back to Monk. For story purposes, the wheel turns. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing. You have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going together. Needless to say. To the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fey folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for all of us when I say that I've had a belly full of Ilmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. Isn't there, like... Huh, I was thinking something else, I guess. I thought there was something else out here for some reason. Yeah, we're just going to continue MSQ. We're not going to worry about the side quests at the moment. We're just going to the Crystarium. Try again. No! Tits! Got ahead of myself. Everything seems none the worse for wear.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh, and here he is!
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity... I am Emmett Selk, Asian.
Cruella Selk.
Gaius spoke of you. A native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrel. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us.
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink.
Well, yeah, that's the point, isn't it?
Adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthry's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthry and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrel did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
The issue comes down
Thou
to...
hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright.
The issue is like, if your endgame is still regardless to perform rejoinings, that kills people. We're not about that. It's not gonna happen.
If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, PK Thunder. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of the recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. It's not the hempen camis, that's the summer outfit, yeah, and the summer top. Ah, welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Yes. Very good, sir. I bid you a pleasant evening. Brum, 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 brum. Another cutscene. Ardbert, where are you? I know you're here. You never let me sleep. I'm so fucking exhausted. Yo, go on. Go. Alistair, go. Go on. Both of you. Handwritten missive. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You probably think you're talking to yourself. Hey, still.
Go on.
He's keeping you well fed.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Go on.
Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
You're putting me off my dinner.
You mean Seto? Well, that's... I suppose you're right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big, and he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Oh, and they just sit there and talk for hours, becoming bestest buddies! Bestest buddies, guys. And then he finally lets me lay down. Wakey, eggs and bakey. Bow, bow. Alright, so we have now 18 missions to go. .403, gotta be 74 to wear it. Good day to you, sir. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the ocular. He asks for you to convene with them at your earliest convenience. What if it's never convenient for me? Excuse me. Wow. So many fucking stairs. Alright. Now they're up here. Oh, I like your outfit. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Your business, yes.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Like our guest? Oh, there he is.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So, Petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
A kernel, perhaps.
If he simply meant to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Armarang, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Armarang in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to
would be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Leda Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance? Of course. Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather the ruins of a church, at Fort Job. Might I ask that you go there before seeking out Yustola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen to disuse. Yet within the hall there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove to use to Yustola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart to Raktika, we shall journey to Fort Job, that we might secure this relic. I was like, I'm just going to teleport there. Here amidst these ruins, we find the Church of the First Light, and within that hallowed hall the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. At the height of the Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from the fulgurant deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both. Whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their God. Yet, where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to Raktika Greatwood. But that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Oh, it's over here. I was going the wrong way. Bam, bam. We gotta go under. Surveying the chapel. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now have always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship to be plain. The standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmor make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Yustola in her seclusion doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into their history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. Y'all go look over there, I'ma go look over yonder. Search for the tablet. Were the tablet and fragment of Holy Scripture twould most assuredly rest here on this altar, yet this would, I presume, have been where the blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whither then would they have set the tablet? Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. Okay. Find the time-worn tablet. You have located the time-worn tablet. Hey, it's under the table. It's under the table. Within the altar, thou sayest. We got it, we got it, we got it, got it, got it. Naught escapeth thine eye. 'Twould seem this is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, the engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Ranka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika Greatwood. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Yustola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to emulate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Yustola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the blessed presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the great woods border. I keep looking around to see if they're going to let me do the final quest to get Flight out here, but I guess not. I guess it's not going to come till later. 'Tis unfortunate, because I literally only need one quest out here, so it's like I'm pretty much ready. It's just, oh yeah, I gotta go around the mountain. Yeah, this place is pretty much done, and then Ilmeg I think is actually the first one you can do, because Ilmeg, yeah, three side quests out there to do to get flight, and there was 3 side quests pending out there. So you can already get flight in Ilmeg, because we don't necessarily have to go back there for anything super important, I guess. I don't really remember offhand. So yeah. Well met, traveler. What business brings you here? Explain the situation. Yes, of course. Right this way. And now the Great Wood.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
He's like, so keep your mouth shut. Lashy. 'Tis plain our Ascian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead, where otherwise he would not suffer to be overabundance of light in these woods. Verily I pervadeth every corner, and so long as the Light Warden remaineth, the Sin Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed to come. 2 years past, a swarm of sinners did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on. Wayward souls in the want of guiding hand for a mercy. Yestola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home and thither shall we bend our steps. To Fort Gone. Why walk when we can mount?
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them!
Stop. Go on. Crossguy everywhere. Let me get. Go on. I just put my hands up.
These senators, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Please, we're not seniors. Kupo?
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya!
Ah, hello. Mommy Stola.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company, the one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, The truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
Nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
So, what you guys have to, for those that don't remember, Y'shtola is blind, but she can see with ether, so that's how she recognizes people. Everybody's ether is unique to themselves. So in this case, she's saying that my ether is absorbed with light. Well, what have I been doing? I've killed 2 Light Wardens, and when I killed the Light Wardens, I absorbed their ethers, so it makes me bright. It makes me filled with light. You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travels in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Goen yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in the settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. Male Rose wearing the 2B bottoms fill me with a terror that I can't describe. Oh, to the north. So that means it's like right over here. Yep, it's right there. I see it. I figured. I knew there was one in here. That's why I was just like, while I'm here, I might as well grab the damn thing. Northeast, which is where I'm going. Kind of. It's probably gonna be like over there. 435 north. 369 north, but this is where I'm supposed to go, so. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Twelveswood, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. The energy.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
Explains everything. Go lay down. Go.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya.
Ixmaya.
Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Oof. That was a slap across the face.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
He understands that I'm not the same, that I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will, and whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Day in the neighborhood. Let's see. That puts us down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 quests. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alize and Alfino have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is part of life. We can but hope it's... Perhaps you should be concerned on how you have changed. We can but hope the change is for the better. You're right, and after my untoward remarks towards Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worse. I will speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering the tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbough. If there is anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. Welcome, friend, welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium, I see. And this tablet you brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika. Well, you are welcome to stay with us as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course. Anything for our guests anything for the guests of dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the great fire. With our priest slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure of our community, a great oak within whose shadows many have come to find solace. This is not to say that there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in the service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbough. To show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Alright guys, BRBs, I'm going to bio real fast. Alright, and we're back. Alright, so we gotta go this way. I grabbed some food while I was at it because I'm starving. And I need to eat something before I go to work. So should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they are likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel just for a moment, that I might rid you of the light's impurity? Kneel. As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. I'm allergic to that water. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. What? Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint, dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect unless... By the gods, Master Patoya is right. You are sin eaters. I jest. What you just felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Arlene Tuta, in the language of Ranka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words, Arlene Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will wait your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. With the chat and say. This portion of 14 really caters to those with keyboards. I mean, you can attach a keyboard to the PS5, but, you know. The elderly woman smiles warmly. Arlene Chisi, welcome friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Beware of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see, but fear not. Our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Take another bite of my food right quick. A newly come traveler, Arlene Chisi, and welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and tactic-turned people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There is much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they built such a thriving community. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be a pleasure. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such gracious souls. Then the task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling, the other one the watering. Speak with Ursaba when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill you water. This is the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before the water leaks out. You have 45 seconds. You have watered half the plot. Fetch another jug to take care of the rest. Well, I can't sprint while I'm carrying the jug, so I might as well just sprint now. Was there enough water for the plot? Need some more, lady. Only half, I see. Well, then I'll refill the jug for you. Now you have 30 seconds. It has now been watered. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with others. Have you need of something? Yeah, we took care of your crops. You watered the crops? Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Todia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We can plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history, but there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything, their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, None could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light there must be darkness. And in that truth they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto the blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yomor, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, our generation yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. Exarchic longbow. Try on. Look at that thing. And he dyed it. Look at that. Done tending to the crops already? Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Runar! In the woods, sin eaters, I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest. For a mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherbow. I've got this. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they've moved on. But sir, what of Todia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for sin eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, I would not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days past, Todia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste, we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at their funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now... What if I could find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Menphilia, did she not? Are you truly the Menphilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please let me do this. Very well, but if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry, I'll come with you. Thank you. With you at my side, I'm certain we will deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. Let's see. And with that, everybody, I must bid you adieu until the next stream. I'm not sure when it'll be. It literally just depends on work schedule and things like that. Just keep it locked on the Discord, on the Twitch, and you will see when I go live. So thank you all for those who were here earlier. Sorry about my internet crashing earlier and causing the stream to go down for a minute.